Hey, what's up, fams? It's your not favorite best starfighter and Star Citizen coming at you with another video. I hope all you faggots are enjoying your Nazi-free experience with 4.0. But right now, I'm sitting here fucking with Unreal Engine 5, and I'm making myself a little VTube, thing going on here. So, there's not really much to talk about when it comes to Star Citizen. Everyone's sitting around waiting for 4.0 to come out. The Polaris is decent, and the PTU itself is an absolute fucking mess. Mainly in particular, when it comes to fucking this IAE shit, right? How the fuck are we supposed to test shit if we can't even get to the fucking showroom floor, right? And then of course, where/when/how/ the fuck are we supposed to test the new tracker and the new ghost? I guess we just goddamn don't. But anyway, that's one aspect I wanted to talk about today, but the other thing I wanted to talk about today is something that I found. Well, not really I found. My boy Zal, he sent me some pictures and shit, right? And so the context here is that there are a lot of things that, as you know, that were not supposed to be sold, right? So on the RSI webpage, I'll go ahead and just bust this out over here so we can get ourselves a nice little collage of fucking stuff to talk about here. They changed the ship store page, right? So you have unavailable for purchase and you have available for purchase, okay? So we looked on the unavailable for purchase, right? And this is the stuff we found. Now, I already know those of you are going to come at me and you're going to sit here and you're going to say some stupid shit like, I'm a conspiracy theorist, put your tinfoil hat back on. But, listen, boys, I'm batting 1,000 right now when it comes to this corporate bullshit, the woke crap, Donald Trump being elected back in the office, and oh yeah, fucking aliens, right? But that's my track record of being right. Oh, and then of course there's tricording. But we're just not going to talk about that today because, you guys have sat for years and said you were better than me at this fucking game, but are you really? So here's our next exhibit here, which is the F7A, right? It's unavailable for purchase, okay? Now, this is something that we all know about. We've been over the F7A. Right? It's an in-game event. You have to buy the civilian chassis and upgrade it, right? That is the path to getting this ship, right? We've established that. And then, of course, we know about the good old lightning here, right? And notice how I got Executive Edition up on the screen because this is the part where I'm fixing to go full tilt ham on your asses, alright? So, CIG, as you know, are desperate for money and people aren't buying things anymore, right? And I've seen y'all's videos talking about how CIG is still successful and all this other, like, shut the fuck up with y'all's coping nonsense. Alright? CIG is only successful because you people define it as success. Bottom fucking line. Show me one thing about this fucking entire project that's been a success outside of fucking the marketing. Go ahead, fuckers, I'll wait. But anyway, here comes the next exhibit, so I hope you're ready for this one, because this is the part where everything comes full circle. So what you're looking at right now is the F7A Mark 1 Hornet. It's currently unavailable for purchase, right? Unlike the F7A, which also says unavailable for purchase with no price tag, because you can't buy it, you have to earn this fucking thing, right? Notice how the Executive Edition Lightning is $300, okay? And now we go back over here to the the F7A Mark 1. Okay? So as you can see, it's listed for 125 euros. And I'm not going to get into the conversion for our currencies because I just don't feel like it right now. But there it is. So there's the proof that we're going to be able to buy the Mark 1 Hornet. Okay? Now, you're talking about surprises and stuff for the Anvil Day, which ties in with what I'm bitching about, like not being able to test the Ghost and test the tracker, right? Because if they're trying to keep this a secret until the end of IE, they're not doing a good job of it, right? So the chances of us being able to buy this ship are astronomically through the fucking roof. And for all of you people that thought you were going to get a special ship that no one could ever have back in 2013 with your Veterans Day sale, yeah, no. And now we're going to bring up our next exhibit. The Mustang Omega. Now, some of you are aware that this ship was only available by buying a graphics card, you know, back in 2014, 2015, somewhere in that area, right? I used to have this ship on my first account, the account I sold after, you know, the fuckboys yeeted me with $4,000 in my hangar. So yeah, this is one of the ships that I had personally bought and put in my hangar, right? As you can see, it has a price tag of 55 euros, which is the racing variant for the Mustang line. So the contract with AMD expired, as we can clearly see here. And now here comes the even more fun part. Oh yeah. So yeah, if you haven't figured out where I'm going with this conversation yet, I think you're going to right now, okay? CIG is this desperate for money, okay? I want all of you to understand that. I want all of you to understand that, you know, your fun fuck time is over, and there it is. So how many of you paid $1,500 for this fucking thing, right? How many of you paid fucking 1,000 or 1,500 for this fucking thing? How many of you paid fucking $700 for this? Oh, that's stupid fucking funny. Oh man. Oh man. So Zal and I are calling this the RSI Thanksgiving Day blowout special sale. Everything must go. We are currently going out of business, and we need you to swipe your credit cards. And the only way we can encourage you to do so is to offer you ships that you could have never bought before, right? So, we have officially come full circle, boys. We've officially come full fucking circle into this. Star Citizen. Everything that you knew about the game, everything that you thought you knew, everything that was promised, everything that was said for the last 10 years, I want you to take all that and throw it away. CIG is never gonna sit here and do what they said they were gonna do. Alright, so you know what this means? Subscription model. You know what this means? That, you know, server meshing is probably not going to be what you think it is either. Okay, guys? So, this is where we're at with Star Citizen right now. We're desperate for money, so we're going to sell you everything that you could not have bought before. And the caveat here is that they're probably only going to have it available probably for the duration of Christmas, right? You're probably looking at about 2 or 3 weeks after IE to get these ships before they come off the market. So there you go, boys. That's your Star Citizen video for me from the day. Content that you're not going to hear from any other content creator in the community because, quite frankly, they lack a spine and balls and don't have the ability to say this shit because their reputations matter more to them than the game itself. Okay? Facts. Real talk. Alright? So, we're gonna see, you know, If this is really the best you got, CIG, man, you guys are fucking done, dude. Like, for real. Like, you're gonna go this route. So, all that negativity aside, there is some benefits to this. I know for all of you whale backers that spent $15,000 for just a skin for your lightning, I don't feel sorry for you. All right, um, but that's the only thing about it that I can think that's still negative. The getting blueprints for these ships, or just having the hull bound to your account is worth its weight in gold, in my opinion. So, with the changes to LTI, and with what happened this at passive aggressive con this year, right? We're gonna call it passive aggressive 2954 because that's what it was. Walking around the showroom floor, and being condescending and passive aggressive and saying stupid shit like you don't know what X is, like who uses X and all this other stuff. The only thing I have to say to you people at this point is who the fuck still uses Twitch, right? Oh, we know exactly what kind of people still use fucking Twitch, right? Okay? Like, I always said to myself that the left was going to burn down literally everything just so we couldn't have it to use after they couldn't utilize it as, Nazi propaganda or censorship tools. But the length of which you people are going to do so, I find to be absolutely hilarious, right? Like, tricking the gays into fucking destroying Amazon was quite possibly the greatest fucking supervillain movie plot that you're ever gonna fucking, see ever. Brought to you by Renegade Squadron and Defano Starblazer. Yeah. It is funny to me watching it all burn down and watching all these people kick and scream, and even after it's all said and done, the first thing these people do is start attacking alternative America, goth culture, right? It must be a real shock and a real fucking eye-opener to realize that the punks from 30 years ago are the conservatives of today, right? You see, that's the difference between our generation and yours. And this is why I'm right and why you're always wrong, okay? And it's as simple as this. Gen X is up next to run this country, not you. Alright? And the simple reality here is that all of you goddamn millennials are pissing us the fuck off. Alright? It doesn't matter if you wear a fur costume or if you sit there and pretend to be, whatever flag you choose to wave, right? At the end of the fucking day, you're letting you're letting your personal beliefs get in the way of common sense and just basic everyday fucking life. Having to, pull my niece and nephew out of public schools because of you fucking freaks is something that I'm never gonna goddamn ever forget or forgive, okay? It's become unreasonable, it's become unbearable, it's become stupid to continue. Y'all have lost. Get over it. And it's about time all of you just take your L and sit the fuck down. Alright? So, I want you to stop listening to this company. I want you to stop and understand that this is a company that thinks they can sit there and use alpha subject to change as a masking argument to justify flat out abusing us. Now, I have my opinion about, the people in marketing, like, who are in fact members of Test Squadron from the past, like DJ Knight and all those guys, for example, right? These people have never been able to beat any of us in the game. I want y'all to understand that about some of these hires over there at CIG. These are the saltiest man children and little girls that you'll ever fucking meet in your life. And they could never get a win on us, so the only win that they have is getting hired into a left-wing company and getting in positions to literally manipulate, if not sabotage, the game in order to air quote what? In y'all's opinion, y'all call that success, right? Is it really successful when one guy from Georgia is able to literally dick stomp this entire combat community into submission and say, y'all are wrong, here's why you're wrong, and this is what the company is doing? And then, of course, proving it with all the ships that you people deliberately nerf into the ground on purpose. It is no mystery to me, considering all the other discords and other places I've been around. It's become clearly obvious to me, and this is the part for you, Avenger 1, that you need to pay attention to. Okay? These people are gonna find everything that we like to do, and they're gonna do everything in their power, both outside and inside the company, to run that gameplay into the ground, just simply because we like it. They want to destroy the Fury because of what you're doing. Just like they destroyed the Glaive in the past, right? You know, it's no mystery at this point that the Glaive, the Arrow, the Fury, and all these other ships, these crowd favorites, I call them, right? Maybe not so much for the Glaive, that's something else, but for all the ships that y'all fly, they're crowd favorites, okay? And there's a group that's dedicated into giving bad feedback just to ruin our gameplay loops. And you can see that as clear as day when it comes to looting in the game. Right, boys? Right? I mean, what kind of a person goes out of their way to destroy the inventory system to the point to where you can't loot like you do in any other survival first-person shooter out there? And his name is Zach. Alright, you guys over there at that company are literally on a mission to find what you call degenerate gameplay and do everything you can around that loop to make it unfun and unappealing to players and gamers such as myself and even Avenger 1 and all of his boys and my boys, right? So, if you have any metric of success, Star Citizen community in Cloud Imperium games, your metric of success is making a game so unattractive and so unappealing to players like me that they don't want to spend their money anymore. And they don't want to try to bring their friends to the game anymore. And when people come into the game, or when people talk to me in particular about the game, and they say, why the fuck would I play this when I can play DayZ? Why the fuck would I play this when I can play Arma? Why the fuck would I play this when I can play No Man's Sky? Why the fuck should I play this when I can play insert other game that's associated with gameplay loop associated with Star Citizen? Okay? So yeah, y'all keep trashing your own fucking game. Like, and I'm telling y'all, I'm telling you, Temp, these people are deliberately destroying the game to chase us out of it. They don't want us in their game. This cult of left-wing SJW losers is doing everything in their fucking power to make us leave the game. Because they can't outright ban us. They can't outright kick us and give us our money back. That would set a bad precedent of, oh, they got their money back, right? So they're trying to make us walk away from the project with our money, right? And not giving us what they promised us, which was a skill-based flight simulator, right? And then, of course, when it comes to my gameplay loops in the persistent universe, they have completely dog shit destroyed it to make sure that you can't loot properly. Every single bit of this is done on purpose, alright? Every single bit of this is deliberate, and every single bit of this is planned and articulated by Test Squadron and by the people that are in this company trying to literally tailor a community to think and act and play the game the way that they want them to, which is counterintuitive to Chris Roberts' vision. Alright? So, I don't know what the fuck Chris and Sandy are doing over there, and I really don't care what Sandy's doing because she's dumb as fuck anyway, but I don't know what the fuck Chris is doing letting this shit fly. Nowhere in this did it say that, you know, you have to be a rainbow flag wearing cock-sucking faggot in order to be a part of this community. And don't sit there and try to tell me that that's not the case, boys. Because that is in fact what the fucking y'all are doing, right? Y'all have bent the knee. Y'all have sat here and lied to everyone around you, including myself, right? Because I've called this shit out in the past. Y'all didn't want to acknowledge any of this stuff because the truth of it is damning. And not only is it damning for the company and its internal workings and how they really are, it's damaging for all of us that have spent so much time, energy, and effort into this game and into trying to build a community, only to have a bunch of fucking sociopaths come in and ruin it because, oh my god, Renegade Squadron, oh my god, Griefernet, oh my god, Avenger Squadron, oh my god, Shadow Moses, oh my god, Ramming Department, oh my god, do these people have not lives? Oh my god, do these people have not anything else better to do but play Star Citizen? Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god, people like us spent thousands of dollars into a video game and we play it all the time. Oh no. Oh, the fucking mortal sin of enjoying your hobby, right? But if the enjoyment of my hobby and their opinion ruins the enjoyment of their hobby, this is a problem with game design, and this is a problem with the way that Chris Roberts has his vision, alright? You people that sit here and complain about griefing and PvPing and all this stuff, you motherfuckers just don't either A, don't know how to read, or B, you don't want to acknowledge that part of the game because, you know, y'all sit here and don't want to admit that you bought into a game environment that you suck at, that you can't get good at, so you have to make master modes and all this other bullshit, right? In order to make it enjoyable for you. But the problem is that when you make the game easy as fuck, and I've said this in the past, 6 years ago, verbatim, especially to Avenger 1, to his face, and to Tazius, to his face, Golo, to his face, that if you make this game as easy as y'all want it to be, there is no... Where in this do you think that it's going to be harder for me? If you have a game with a skill ceiling that fucking high, and you bring it down this fucking low, and your community still can't beat us, what does that say about your general audience here in this community? It says y'all suck, right? And that's the nice way of putting it. I could be mean and be like, what? Do you people not have motor skills? Are you the kind of person that can't reverse your fucking car? Are you the kind of jackass that doesn't know what a clutch is? Right? Are you the kind of retard that only is interested in driving, or air quote driving, an auto driving Tesla, right? This is what your community really is, right? This is what y'all really are. And because there's so many of you sub IQ people that play these video games, right? CIG doesn't know what to do with people like me, or Avenger 1, or even Buzzcut Psycho, right? Y'all don't know what to fucking do with us. So y'all have to sit here and create all this social drama and warfare to create situations, social situations, to try to get us ostracized and banned, right? because you can't do it. You can't do it the right way. And we're talking about everything. And we're talking about everything. It's not just a video game, a singular video game company. No, this is plural, as in the entire fucking industry of blue, pink-haired Nazi fags are literally sitting here trying to structure a situation to where gaming is theirs and only theirs. Oh, I don't fucking think so. Not while I still draw breath and not while I still live on this planet. Hell the fuck no, that's not going to be the case. Niggas. Ain't happening. There's a reason why we're already seeing articles coming out from Hollywood and other gaming article and Kotaku, right? People losing their jobs because they refuse to stop the fucking left-wing activism, right? Oh, the only reason why y'all work at these jobs is because you're trying to, push an agenda of left-wing activism? And when you can't do that, what? You got fired. That's what happened. So let that be a word of fucking warning for all of you. Let that be an example for all of you. You see, it's not fun being on the receiving end of cancel culture. Alright? And this is the last thing I'm gonna say before I get off for tonight. Okay? I can take this company to court for defamation of character whenever the fuck I want. And you small dick little losers over there in that office are still acting a certain kind of fucking way. Alright? So yeah, you have a lot of reason to sell. Like, if you're acting like that toward me, there's no telling how many other people in this community that you've disenfranchised and yet you've literally broken the law, right? And this is the thing, guys. What CIG's doing is not legal. What CIG's doing is called bait and switch. And there is a reason why we have laws in the EU and the United States to protect us from this kind of fucking blatant predatory marketing. And just because when you hit accept on the terms of service, right, it does not make it magically legal. It does not. As an end user, you're waiving your rights for that aspect. This is true. But in the grand scheme of things, what CIG's doing is illegal. And no video game company on the planet would get away with this outside of them. And the only reason why they're getting away with this is because you people are enabling them. Okay? So, I know you're looking at this right here, and I know you're looking at this right here. Maybe not so much this, but I know every last one of you are looking at this. Now, I'm going to ask y'all right now. Out of all the ships I'm putting in front of you right now, do you still want to enable CIG's bad behavior for buying these ships? All of you are free people in a free Western civilization, thanks to people like me voting for Donald Trump. You are free to make your own decisions. But if you want to continue to support this company, enabling their bad behavior and enabling them to abuse the fuck out of us, while you get to sit there and watch your, hopefully not your favorite content creator anymore, sit there and play 4.0 and look down on the rest of us and say, oh, get fucked because you're not Nevo Cadi? Ha! How about you get fucked for defending a company that calls people Nazis, right? The special treatment that these streamers are getting is only because of their willful participation in the left-wing activism. And when you stop participating in that or refuse to go with it any longer, they will excommunicate you like me. Guaranteed. And the other content creators and streamers, some of them are literally aware of all this and they willfully participate. And then there are those of you that just simply don't know. And you're the manipulated ones, the new kids in the block. And I'm not yelling at you. This is not a video yelling at any of you, okay? You're innocent. In my eyes, anyway. But when it comes to all these older hats and older cats like me in the community, right? No, I am yelling at them. Because they know what the fuck they've done. And what they've actively participated in. And for 6 fucking years, I sat back and was tortured by every single fucking day of this shit. Only for Master Modes to come out. Or we're gonna get you now, Defanos. Oh, and guess what? Turns out I'm still one of the best, if not the best, if you guys are being honest with yourselves, pilot in this game. Which means that every decision that those people made 6 years ago was all for nothing. And to sit here and think that lowering the skill ceiling was going to produce people at our level that could, no, it didn't. Because there's a psychological factor when it comes to being a PvPer. Okay, guys? And a lot of you just simply don't have that psychology. You don't have what it takes. And that means you're probably a better person than us. Because we are the kind of people that would do what's necessary. For literally just about anything you can think of. Let that sink in. This is Defanos. I am currently learning how to use a game engine because I'm just that goddamn bored. And, this is the start of something. The start of something that, I've been working on this. Well, and I've been learning how to use Unreal for the past 6 months now. I've already got some concepts. I'm working on some ideas. Still got a couple of things left to learn, but quite frankly, I'm about quarter there. I can make a map. All that stuff, right? I have the program Gaia, so I've made a continent before. A few of my close friends have seen me work on that. But adding animations, and like you're looking at right now, I'm still working on skeletal rigs to get, proper motion capture and stuff. I'm gonna have to work with Unity to get shit working right, which annoys the shit out of me. Out of all these fucking Mixamo and all this shit, like these motherfuckers, like you motherfuckers that make this shit, like when it comes to like I'll give you an example of what I'm talking about, right? So we go to my files here, we go to one of my characters, right? So we go to my static mesh character that I've created that you're looking at. So when you go over here to the bone structure on these things, right? You can see that there are some of them that are broken for some reason. And they're not labeled correctly, right? So if you look here, this is where you start your animation rigging process. You always put it on the ground, like in front of it and shit. But they don't have any of this shit labeled correctly, right? So I have to like go through all of this and relame or something all of this, because I've been trying for days, literal days, to try to get this character animated for motion capture. So this is like this is some of the challenges, and this is some of the learning curves when it comes to making video games. It's always it's always this stuff right here that gets you fucked up and caught up, right? All this other stuff that I'm doing right now, this was very easy to do. Like there ain't much to this at all, right? The only other hard part is setting up the engine properly for your plugins and stuff like that, so that it works and stuff. But other than that, okay, I have a little bit of more respect for the people that work at the company now. I've made my own day-night cycles. I've made my own weathering patterns. All that stuff. But in these very small environments, right? So, what these guys are doing over there when it comes to their planet tech and stuff. It really is impressive. I'm not going to sit here and be an asshole about that. But at the same time, now that I have this understanding of game development, it's time for the company to be like, to grow the fuck up a little bit, right? And stop treating people like me like we don't know what we're talking about, or that we're not competent in what we do, because we are. And if I feel like it, I could start ripping assets from Star Citizen into Unreal, right? So that's something else that can be done, but I'm not going to do. But anyway, I've rambled on long enough. You guys have a great fucking day, okay?